May I present Lady Jane Grey? History remembers Jane as the ultimate damsel in distress, known for her death rather than her life.
This is a fantastical story in itself. I'm curious for the both of you. What were some love stories that inspired you originally, and where do you think this story fits in the line of tradition?
I'm a huge fan of rom-com in general and romantasy. I mean, A Knight's Tale, A Princess Bride. My favorite rom-com of all time is French Kiss with Kevin Kline and Meg Ryan. And something that is actually kind of similar between Jane and Guilford is that all of the women in those stories are a little bit irreverent and fiery and feisty, and I just love that in a story.
I was gonna actually, on the Meg Ryan thing, I was gonna say Harry Met Sally is my all-time favorite love story on screen, and I think again it's hate to love. They despise each other at the beginning, and there is something about them meeting their intellectual match and sort of constantly talking about everything, life, everything, and sort of disagreeing on it all, which brings them together. And that's kind of a little bit like Jane and Guilford.
So many questions to ask, but I want to start with something that excited me so much about the show, and that is the music. You did
thank you.
Yay. So brilliant. Every song almost every song was like a classic song with a modern twist that felt very in line with the story. How did you go about matching the music with the series?
Well, the music was really always in the scripts.
Yeah, as we were writing it, we loved the British invasion bands of the 60s and 70s.
But they're always sung by men, pretty much. They gave all the best songs to men, put it that way. And so Kiyra Elwas, who's our genius music supervisor, said, why don't we get modern female bands to cover some of these songs? And the result was so amazing.
Yes.
It's so much, it's incredible. I've never had anything like it.
Wild Thing, The Chain, Kashmir.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin. It's just so good.
What if history were different?
King Edward, I have terrible news. My mother's forcing me to marry.
Jane, this marriage protects us.
Will you intervene?
I've already approved it.
Nobody cares what you want.
We see the author as being a bitchy Oxford Don who is also maybe a god.
That's right.
And also maybe the audience, maybe us and an avatar for the audience.
Yeah, he's an avatar, so he can kind of ground the more fantastical moments. He can explain some things, but mostly he can also just make fun of our characters and bring the audience in on the joke in the way that we think the characters run on the joke.
Yeah.
And so we wrote it, and then when we were filming on set, I would read it out loud. I'd stand next to the camera.
She's the one with the English-ish accent.
And then we found Ollie Chris, who is the narrator, and he takes it to a whole nother level. It's a good thing I'm not an actor, because I wouldn't have made it, but he's so amazing.
I mean, we get so many things from the show. It is so much fun to watch. We get tradition, we get the breaking of tradition, we get fantasy, love, passion, imagination, history. What else are we getting? How would you describe My Lady Jane?
Oh, it just seems like you kind of summed it up perfectly.
What else do you need?
Yeah.
I think there is a sprinkling of nostalgia for those shows like Princess Bride and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, that we've maybe not seen so much of recently. So I would say that, as well as all those other ingredients.
And sprinkle punk as well. It's the music
a bit
as
of
well.
punk,
Yeah, music incredible. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? In
there
the
was a playlist song.
in the scripts there were
Yeah.
there were songs that I don't know if they've made it into the actual series, but I used to listen to the songs that they'd put in for each.
And it helped with the tone, right?
Totally helped with the tone.
100%.
Yeah. I think there was Psycho Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Da, 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 da. Who did that?
That was really good.
Anyway,
That's a good cover.
I sang that completely out of tune. But anyway,
That was pretty good.
Yeah, there were a lot of very helpful song references.
Yeah.
If your characters met today in real life, like on a dating app, do you think they would have the same epic love story that they did in My Lady Jane?
Maybe. I think they would have a very fun text chain.
They probably would have a good text chain. They're both very quick. They love to like take the piss out of each other, have fun with each other. They'd be really going for it on WhatsApp, I think.
Maybe like, you know, the type of people that they're in the same friend group and they pretend to hate each other, but everyone
That's
knows.
fun.
Everyone else is like,
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Just
Sure.
wait. And sure enough.
Forever.
Last chance.